So I'm going to be doing my chapter Explication, focusing on the relationship between both sportsmanship and deviant behavior. They really go hand in hand, in both chapter 6 and chapter 8 talk a lot about that. My infographic does have the page numbers and things like that. So on page 137, right, this is chapter 6, and it's just talking about what sportsmanship is, right? And it's the conduct and attitudes considered as benefiting, it's the key word, participants, especially in regards to a sense of fair play, courtesy towards teammates and opponents. We're going to see a clip of that going on. Game officials and others involved in sporting contests, as well as grace in losing. Okay. And so we're going to have a clip pop up here in a couple minutes that we'll watch, and I'll explain it once we get there. That's going to show sportsmanship on one side, the player, and non-sportsmanship or deviant behavior from the crowd, from the spectators. So when you fast forward a little bit further into chapter 8 in the book, right, it's talking about deviant behavior specifically. And both page 176 and 182, they pretty much are both saying that people were going to model their behavior off of influential others, right? So in the sports world, the players, right? How the players behave, the crowd is going to follow most of the time. Generally, that's acceptable unless the model is engaging in deviant behavior, which makes us see it as acceptable. Oh, well, they do it, so I can do it, right? That's kind of how we look at it. And it does go on to say, like, why does a spectator think that they have any right to do anything? And they should realize that the rules and sportsmanship apply, this is off of page 182, to them as well as the athletes themselves. However, as we learned in chapter 6, a large number of people on the sidelines seem to think that it's their right, that they have a right to do what it is that they're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and play a quick clip. There is a little bit of language, so I'll mute the video at that point, and I have a link in my materials if you want to watch it yourself.
What is your perception on the fans? I know right at the end of there, the FU draws, a chant was coming out, and I seen you kind of trying to chill the fans out, saying we don't want that. What's your overall perception on how the fans have been out here, and it's specifically that moment that you just kind of tried to calm the fans down?
Yeah. So right now, the crowd is chanting "FU" to a player who just got dead last in the World Championship for the Call of Duty League this past weekend. And so this star player on the winning team, is telling this crowd, stop, 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 which works. The crowd does stop.
The energy and stuff's great. You know, everyone's going to have people they like, people that don't like, all that type of stuff. I completely understand that. But like when a team has just taken such a tough L, you know what I'm saying? Like, obviously it's very like heartbreaking for them. Obviously we're all competitors, you got to suck it up, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, you know, like for me, like guys can say what they want to say, but like I just felt like, you know, in the moment he's been getting a lot of slack for that kind of stuff. Obviously he says his own stuff, but I just feel like in the moment, you know, just let the guy be for a bit. Experience the win. We're all here trying to put a show for you guys, you know what I mean? Just trying to make it the best possible experience for everyone that came to Vegas. So for us, it's we love the environment. I mean, if they did it to me or anything like that, like I'm cool with that. I just, you know, just in the moment I just felt bad.
Yeah, it's definitely after losing, I'm sure the thieves that camp over there worked very hard this.
Yeah, they put all the like they're trying to go back to back.
Just, you know, I would say just put the respect of the game, you know, just you know.
Like you can say it like whenever you want, just I just feel like in that specific moment or just a bit, you know. Yeah.
It's like kicking someone when they're down.
Yeah, so cool.
Okay, so that was our clip that I wanted to show you all. And so again, regardless of your opinion on esports as an industry, right, it is still competitors and spectators. And so this past weekend, actually going on right now, again, is the World Championship, $2 million on the line for these people playing a video game. Well, this player who gets dead last, he'll throw middle fingers up to the crowd. He's a trash talker. He'll talk smack before, during, and after matches. Well, he loses, and the crowd dishes it back to him. They think that that's fair and acceptable. Is it? Right? And that's kind of the question. And so my infographic is here for you to look through. It just explains, again, some definitions that I was saying. How does this happen, right? Why does it matter? And what's the issue here, right? And the issue is that athletes are people too, right? And so we have to understand that, oh, their life must be so easy. They play video games for a living. They play sports for a living. Big whoop. Well, life is very difficult, and it's a very high pressure industry. And so we have to understand that as fans, we're responsible for our behavior as well. The question for you guys, the discussion question, is if you were a player on stage and you heard the crowd chanting what they were, FU, FU to your competitor, how do you think you would have responded? Would you have done that? Would you have said, calm down? Would you have gotten hyped with it? What would you have done? Okay, I have a link to the video with a little bit more context if you're interested. And then 3 sources are listed below, as well as abstracts talking about sportsmanship and its effects that it's going to have on people in the long term.